Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna talk about my personal experience as a Chinese living in America during this COVID-19. I know recently there are a lot of questions, a lot of arguments about China and how the pandemic got started and about Chinese habits and how is China now, so on and so forth, these questions. And I gathered the most popular ones today and then I wanted to share my insights with you. If you don't like the topic or you already have a firm answer, you don't like to hear other voices, please turn off the video. First question, do Chinese eat bats? Well, answer is simple, no. Bats is not considered a general common food in China at all. Personally, I've never eaten bats or even considered bats as a source of food, and that applies to my family and friends as well. I've never seen or heard them eating bats experience. It is really uncommon, I would say, but bear in mind, China is a massive country. China is the first in population and fifth in land, and that means we have a wide range of geographies, cultures, eating habits, and all kinds of people. I wouldn't deny there could be possibilities somebody down there would have tried bats. So that's my answer. If you I think that same applies to the general opinion is Chinese basically eat everything, but as a Chinese growing up in the north, our food is really common and we are pretty much eating the same thing as what you could imagine as the meat. Beef, pork, chicken, lamb, all of it, that's it. So, second question, how is China now? We are already returned to the new normal. And a lot of people are questioning, is it real? Based on the conversation I had with my parents and also my friends, I believe it. I think it's just the fact that people are returning to work. Students are back in school, factory gets reopened, the company gets running, and stock market is back on. That is really good. I think the government is doing an excellent job here, just trying to pushing out the massive testing, making sure people are really healthy to be back to the workplace. Because I think Chinese lockdown February and March was really serious. It's not just an executive order saying people are suggested to stay at home. That is seriously ordering people to stay at home and not to get the virus further impacting others' lives. And I think Chinese government is still very conscious and Chinese people are very conscious. Everyone is very masked, no exceptions. It's not saying just half of the population have this awareness. If you don't wear a mask on the streets in China, somebody will come up to question you, either the cops or these people who are actually reminding people to wear masks and keep the social distancing. But Chinese awareness, even in the rural places in China, is really high, and they take it very seriously. And even today, when students are back to school and when people are back in the company cafeteria, actually they are doing the sequence just for people to go down to the cafeteria and eat, and everyone is occupying a table individually. Another interesting phenomenon I would say is about the restaurant. Because Chinese dining culture is very rich, people love to go to the fancy and popular restaurants. Even that means the customer has to wait for 3 or 4 hours to get a table. This phenomena didn't get changed much. In Shanghai, the popular restaurants still need a long waiting time, including the hot pot place and fancy restaurants. But I don't think people who has a family or a little bit senior over than 30 years old choose to dine out as often as before. Most of the people's choices are just still to cook at home and maybe have small family gathering, but no more than 5 or 6 people. And beyond their family circle, I don't think friends are coming out that often as before. But still, people are still coming out, especially the young generation. Still go to the gym and then hit the restaurants and then go for social activities. Now the new social activities is to have the picnic in the outside environment. It's not like, Chinese used to have a really fancy nightlife, but most times it's indoors. But now people are exploring the other options outdoors. Yeah, and that is the new normal. But still, things are changing dynamically internationally. So unless every country is settling down, I don't think China could say, okay, at this point we are good forever. Alright, let's talk about the data of China. I think a lot of people couldn't believe China just have so few cases, while the other countries has unbelievable numbers at this point. Still, I would say it's not the end of story. We still need to spend maybe a year or two to see what's the final total numbers. But as of now, I don't know, I actually don't know the answer if China's data is real or this country's data is real or that country is real or not. It's a tough question because I don't know how the statistics is actually accumulated and what's the definition. Let's say if China's data is not real, let's bump the number 4 times. Okay, 4 times. Just remember, Wuhan, Hubei province is the outbreak province and outbreak city. The other places, probably they just get the virus from the outbreak center. They are not like the most terrible places. And if you say Wuhan's number could be because there are too many and the calculation could be wrong sometimes, but the other regions it's really hard to get that wrong, get the significant difference. Yeah. I personally didn't experience any violent behaviors from the others, or even verbally. No one was talking to me that way, except these common questions. People do ask me about the diet habits of Chinese, but I think the intention is good and is out of curiosity. And I need to really talk about it to diminish the gap in between. But I do see a lot of news and very, very sad and heartbreaking news that Asian Americans got attacked in America. So I don't know if media is actually exaggerated, but by the number of news that coming out just in this tight time window, I would say it wouldn't be just something accidental. It's related to this pandemic, it's related to people's perceptions, and related to people's blaming. Yeah.